Bubble boy.
Yeah.
Bubble boy. It's incorrect. Has to take steroids.
If there's one set of fans I would not with, it's the Bills.
Children, please, you got a whole life.
Yeah.
Let's buckle up here.
All I want for Christmas is for LeBron James and Serena Williams to have a baby.
Yo.
For science. Basketball.
She must have been on suicide watch when she saw Gronk dent that hit. We're all going to die.
Smash that like button or I'm going to get kicked out of the house. I can't pay rent. You know what? I quit. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm out.
Oh no. Oh fuck no. How are we gonna replace it?
Any other skinny, non-funny white guys we know?
Fucking plenty. It's like
It's a plethora, actually.
all of them actually.
Most of it. Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I'm your host, James Lee, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
I'm not replaceable.
And my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. High key. A lot of percentages. NFL has come out with a new rule change for the overtime in the postseason. Now, not all the rules of it have come out, but overtime in the postseason, both teams will have a chance to go down and score. I know they haven't come out.
Both teams can touch the ball on offense.
Okay.
Can we call
Bare
this the Josh Allen rule? Is that
Fix
that
your
allowed?
change.
Yeah,
It's
I
bothering
guess
me.
the Josh Allen rule.
There you
That we can call it that, the Josh Allen rule, so everybody gets a chance to play. That's nice.
We can also call it the Kansas City rule too, because they were bitching after the Patriots won.
Yeah, true, actually.
Oh, yeah, but also then Kansas City, same thing happened to them, but they lost against the Bengals. What do you guys think about the rule?
I personally don't like it only because it's just another instance of bitching will get you whatever you want.
Yeah, but I hate ties. I also hate the...
Well, that's why they only
That's-
changed in postseason, because there has to be a winner.
Yeah, like I was thinking... Yeah, but I'd rather it all year. I don't know. I like it, but it's also... I don't think it's the right answer. I disagree with what they had before.
I liked what they had before because it's like oh, they won off a coin flip. Your team still has to play defense.
Yeah, but...
Play defense.
What's the stat? I saw it earlier.
It was like 12
the amount of the teams that win the coin toss
in the
coin
playoffs.
toss
It was
tend to
like
win.
I don't
10
know,
and
like
2.
yeah, 10 and 2. It was like 12.
If
it
you
was
won
like
the
12
coin
games.
toss, 10 out of 12 teams won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's insane.
But also, there are defenses in the league. I have no problem with both teams getting a chance at offense, but my bigger problem is, why are we making it special for postseason? Can we just make the rules the same in regular season and postseason? I hate ties. I've said this many times. There shouldn't be any ties. So make it so there can't be a tie. If you can make it happen in postseason, make it happen in regular season. I don't care if both teams get... I really have no preference of how it works for the overtime. But why is it different for the postseason rather than the regular season?
I think it was also the league just going, fine, we'll give you this. We're sick of you every year constantly down our throats about this rule.
Because it's happened for a while now.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Well, it's something needed to change.
Did it?
Dude,
Did it?
The amount of times I'd literally see the coin toss and it's like somebody would win and it's like, okay, well that's the game.
You know,
and then there you go.
You say that, but
10 out of 12.
Here's an example where the Chiefs did it against the Bills, where they went down and scored and won, right?
Yeah.
And then the same thing happened in the Bengals game, and you know what the Bengals did? They stopped that electric offense, and then they went down and scored.
Yeah, it's coincidence.
No,
It's
the
defense.
same team in the same postseason, and both versions happened. Have a good defense. I'm not against the other team. For me, the bigger problem is I'm not against the other team having an opportunity, but why are we not doing it for the regular season? In my opinion, this is what I thought they should do. Just for overtime as a whole. Have a shorter fourth quarter. Have it 8 minutes. I don't care. I'm not the guy to pick that time, but have it 8 minutes. And then if it's tied after that, go to a college form overtime.
What does college do?
So they do from the 25-yard line. You have to go down, score, 2-point conversion.
From the defensive 25, not the offensive.
Right.
So
Yeah.
on the defense's half of
They're not just
the
giving field goals.
Right. So and there's no kicking. You can't kick in college overtime, if I'm correct. I know you can't do PATs.
Yo, I like that rule.
I know you can't do PATs. You have to at least go for 2-point conversion.
No, I think you can because if like the defense stops you,
So you can kick field goals, but you
Yes.
can't kick PATs.
you could absolutely. Yeah, I'm thinking of it now. I'm thinking of plenty of games where this happened. Yeah, you can kick field goals. I don't.
No
I don't,
PATs.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think the
I
PATs.
think you have to do 2-point conversions. So I think the NFL should have done.
I like that better.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool because it's like, you know what, if you
like that a lot
control
better.
the ball for
college
all
football's electric. So
it is.
I
That's
gotta
a
watch
whole,
more.
That's
I
a
really-
whole
Yeah,
nother. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like not a huge college football
go
guy.
dogs. But
I'm gonna stop
I've-
the song once DMX barks.
But I've always thought like they should do 8 minutes overtime because I just hate ties. There shouldn't be ties. If it's tied at the end of that quarter, then go into the college overtime rules or something similar to that aspect. But just keep it the same from regular season to postseason. Like, why are we not doing this?
I know.
Isn't it actually the NFL historically has made rule changes and then only made them for the regular season and not so much the postseason because that's like their trial run. Actually, no, didn't they do that for the preseason?
What? Yeah, I would need an example. I have no idea.
Didn't they do like a bunch of like when would they practice these rule changes? Like when would they implement them with like?
They just put them in. Like they literally just will.
Well, wouldn't you?
They
rather?
usually do it for a year. That when they go through the rule changes, they'll say for this year we'll do it, and then like with the PAT when they moved it back, they're like, oh, we're gonna do it for this year, and then after that year they're like, oh, we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Yeah, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you absolutely want to do that for the regular season? Especially, there's no guarantee you're even going to get an overtime game in the playoffs.
I just no, I agree. I agree 100%.
So now you don't even know. Now you
I-
don't even know how the rule's really going to pan out.
Well, it's also interesting because hockey, and Fahey, correct me if I'm wrong, overtime in postseason is different than overtime in regular season. Don't they go into shootouts in regular season and postseason it's 3v3?
It's no.
But yeah,
So
or something. I know it's different.
So regular. I love this. He's saying that while wearing a Bruins shirt, but
Hey, I still love them.
in the regular season, overtime is 3-on-3, and then if nothing happens there, then it's a shootout. In
This is
the
what it
playoffs, if I remember correctly, I think overtime is 5-on-5.
But they just keep going. There's
They
no
just
shootouts.
They just go.
So I guess
I love they keep going. I don't know why they don't just fucking do that. Just
so
keep
part
going
of
until
part of it I get because they're looking for player safety. They want their players to last. And I mean, you look at the NFL. There's already so many injuries. I get that aspect. That's why I think you do an 8-minute quarter. Shit, make it 6. I don't care. Make it playable. And people, their argument against it is like, oh well, what if they control the ball for 6 minutes? Yeah,
Then they
that's
control
called,
the ball for 6
they
minutes.
Control the ball for 6 minutes. That's their game plan. That's how they did it. Congrats to you. I think that's the most fair way. And then overtime, like I said, or after that, college rules.
It's just I don't know. I did like the rule. I did. Honestly, mostly because it really never went against the Patriots. Like it was never like
You're not wrong.
like it usually worked out well for
I
us.
mean, they also did win the coin toss, but also
Bill's also a master at knowing exactly what the rules are.
well, I don't even really think that's so much an example of this, but I think the bigger part of it is, as you said earlier, there are two sides of the ball. It shows that you do need to have a defense. You need to have a defense to win games, big games. They need to step up.
Yeah,
Well,
but your defense could step up all game long. All game long could be super close, super competitive, super this, super that, and then you get to you get to OT and you don't even get a chance, or your offense doesn't even get a chance to touch the field. It's like, come on, that's a whole extra possession. It's not like you caused. It's not like.
Make a play.
But
I'm
that's
not
not how
aga-
defense works.
Yes, yes, it
If the
is.
offense doesn't make any mistakes,
There's a reason why they say defense wins championships.
I agree. Don't get me wrong. I just think I like the fact that the other team gets a chance too, because it should be equal possessions.
So-
As far as like overtime's concerned, that's almost like the start of a new game to me.
I think it'll make it more exciting because once again, you will get more offense, and that's what people want to see.
The one and done I think is stupid. The one where it's like
I loved it. I really did.
I wasn't
I
a
can't say I
fan.
loved
I
it. but
honestly
also
did. I honestly did.
I also
because
understood it,
okay,
though.
but so perfect example. That game with the Chiefs and the Bills, if the Bills won that coin toss with the way that game was going, because the
Bills
Chiefs
win.
defense, the Bills win, but that comes down to the coin toss, and that's not the game.
Okay, but you make the decisions of who you put on your defense. The Chiefs said we're gonna
Yeah, but-
offensively load it up. So
Yeah, but to just pick heads or tails and for that to be the game.
it also,
That's
that-
not necessary.
Also,
No, that's
not
just not
totally true.
Yes or no? Do you agree with me? If the Bills won that coin toss, they win that game.
I do,
I don't know.
but that's because
They do.
most likely 90%. I would say 9 out of 10 times, yes, but you never know.
10 out of
Perfect-
12, actually, if you want to be
perfect-
accurate.
statistically.
I am all
Stati-
for giving the other team, and then
I'm
if
not
it goes into
against
the
it, but
shootout, I get it.
think for that aspect, it's anything can happen. And I know it's like this is such a Patriots bias, but like Super Bowl 49, like the interception, like anything can happen at any moment. Nobody knew who Butler was until that moment. He was a no-name cornerback. I know that's a whole other thing, but like anyone can make a play at any time. Most of the time, 10 out of 12 times, they don't. But it's possible. Step up in the big moments. Postseasons is where legends are made.
Quite literally.
I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm not against the rule change. My biggest problem is why the hell is it different from regular season to postseason?
Yeah, that I don't.
That
get.
I don't
think-
like. I don't give a
that I think
shit
is fucking
whatever
ridiculous.
happens with it. I
'Cause
mean,
you're not-
I've given my example of what
Honestly-
I want the post or the overtime rules to be.
Well,
but that's not what it's gonna happen because
I
the NFL.
I think
doesn't
the
like doing
reason
that.
why they did like postseason was because if people lose in the overtime setting in regular season, yeah, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but your season's not over.
Yeah.
It's rare situations where your season will be over because if you needed to win that game,
Right, like if it's
and then the
week
coin toss,
18.
then someone might bitch about it. But everyone's bitching about it because their team has bit the bullet in the overtime situation in postseason, which then ended their season. So that's probably exactly why they did it. That's why, because it's like, nope, you can't bitch anymore that your season you touched the ball.
Yeah.
You can't bitch anymore.
Oh no, and I agree. If you're bitching after the fact, if both the fact that I like the equal opportunity as far as overtime, and I agree, you can't bitch. It, like if the Chiefs do what they do, and then say Josh Allen gets a chance to match it, and then he does, and then the Chiefs do it again, it's like, okay, you had two chances on
Right.
defense. Now I'm absolutely
Well, here's
on board.
the other thing too. It's reason why I'm kind of like meh about this rule is because you're already sitting there watching this game for how long? 3 hours?
Let's say 3.5.
Three,
all right,
3
me
and a half,
myself,
4.
I like the more football, but like
It's 4 hours of your time. The reason why I liked the sudden death rule is because that game could be over fast.
The difference, and a regular season, I guess, like, yeah, that's you kind of want that. But that postseason, could you? The nice thing, imagine that Chiefs Bills games where now we get to watch Josh Allen and try to go down and score.
I know another electric drive. Like
Well, here's the other thing too. You didn't just lose. Technically, yes, you did lose in the overtime, but you also had 4 other quarters to prevent the OT.
I
Yeah.
agree, but I'm
Oh,
just
and-
I'm saying from a fan standpoint, it would have been electric to get one more drive
was
out
it
of
that
that
came
because the
back?
momentum was unbelievable.
who was it that came back in the fourth quarter with like 8 seconds? Was it the Chiefs or was it the Bills? That came
It was
back?
No,
so,
it was-
it was
it was-
so back and forth in like
No,
the
it-
last-
No, it was like I'm talking the
no.
last 30 seconds where
It
I was,
was-
like, I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, Bills won, and then
No,
the Chiefs
yeah,
came back
the
and
Bills,
Yeah.
the Bills won, and then the Chiefs won with
Oh,
like 30 seconds.
I
came back
no,
and
Chiefs
scored, yeah.
tied it with
I remember
like
sitting there
30
being
seconds
like,
left.
"There's 30 seconds left."
I was like,
I'm
there's no way,
he's
dude, the
gonna
Bills
go
got
do
it,
I'm
yeah.
like,
I was like,
Mahomes will-
there's a lot of time.
I'm like,
for
the
Mahomes
fact
left,
that they
yeah.
gave Mahomes, and they also had like, a
And I
few
mean, to that
timeouts.
point, it's fair. I totally agree. Like, I don't know.
I'm not against it because we will get some more electric football, or hopefully you would in these situations. I just personally, I've told
genuinely
my
think this
reason.
rule-
I've told my reasons of what or how I think the rule
just
should be,
think-
but
I think this rule came down to that game. I think because everybody,
100%,
because everybody else, everybody was losing their mind. Like, if Josh Allen won that coin toss, the Bills would have won, and it's probably the case. But
I mean, 10 out of 12 times that is what happens.
yeah.
But also the
And how do you get the coin toss out of the equation? Is what the NFL is
you-
trying to figure
You
out.
can't.
You
can't.
can't.
You literally
unless you
cannot.
want old
Oh,
XFL rules. and-
Actually, or you base it off of last possession. Then the other team gets the ball
And you just keep going until
Yeah.
the quarter expires.
into the
I mean,
into the
there,
OT
there are ways around it.
because the Chiefs tied it, and then
Excuse
with
me.
this rule, what I would think is like then Buffalo gets the ball to start OT since both teams touch the ball anyway.
Yeah.
Or
If they're
or-
getting rid of, cause, I mean, at
I'm
that
just-
point,
I'm just
well, because if both teams are touching the ball, the coin flip means nothing. To be honest,
That's a good point.
in
That's
OT.
That is a good point. That's okay. So yeah, that's that. Well, that
So I
was their
guess that
goal.
does eliminate
that was
the
their
coin
goal.
flip.
It was to eliminate the statistic of the coin flip, because if the coin flip is what's deciding these games for the most
There's
part,
literally no point to the coin toss in OT. If
give
they're
both-
smart, just
Well, it's more-
give
I guess-
the
well, I
other
guess-
team the ball
So
to
I
start
guess
the
here's
quarter.
the thing: where if you get the ball first and you go down and score, that pressure's off.
okay,
of
no,
you.
all right. I feel like no. I actually, now that I really think about it, I like this a lot.
Well, the other thing is,
'Cause
it's
I
like
fuck the coin
I
toss.
I wonder if we'll see a lapse in defense because it's like, well, we're not going to technically lose if we give up this touchdown because
Right.
Well, you
our
can still-
offense, then our offense, then
You can
all
still
the-
stop
well,
them to a field goal,
well,
have your offense
guys
score a
didn't score.
touchdown.
That's
and you
true.
win.
If you bend, don't break.
Yeah, if you
But
bend,
most
don't
of the time
break.
when these guys get down there, it's like, they probably
Give up
gotta
a field goal,
score.
your offense scores a touchdown, you win. The other team doesn't get a chance to touch it either. I kind of now that we're really talking about this, I like the rule.
I'm not against it.
I just agree that the coin toss had too much play in the end.
I can't disagree with that, but I also
It had too much
I
of a
also agree
factor.
with Fahey on the aspect of
Stop 'em.
have a freaking defense.
Yeah.
Your
Literally.
defense can make big plays. We've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Like the other reason why I like the previous rule is because it's like it just goes to show you can't be so one-sided on the ball. Like you have to build a team. It's a literal team sport to a T.
Unless you're Tom Brady.
Well, that's a whole other animal. But
But even
Wow.
that though, like I make the joke, but I agree. Even Tom Brady acknowledges it's still
You need
he ain't winning shit without fucking.
If he had
making
a
catch.
if any quarterback had the 32nd worst defense in the league, yeah, you're not winning games.
Look at the Lions.
That's okay. They have the 32nd worst everything.
well, it's just like
Shout out to my boy Turco.
Hey,
He's a
don't
lifelong Lions
don't
fan.
Fucking disrespect DeAndre Swift. He had a good season. I'm gonna give him
Yeah, he
credit
did.
where credit's
We're not
due.
talking about the Lions. Don't
yeah,
give them
but
time of day right
it's
now.
just I don't know.
Until they do anything.
Eat shit.
It's interesting. I know they made this rule so people could stop bitching, but it's just like,
Well, now,
are you going to base your decisions off of that alone every time?
well, what else are they
'Cause
gonna?
it's very
well,
annoying.
Everyone's gonna find
I
something. to
I
bitch
also
about.
think the owners. That's also true.
It just
I
it
also,
just gives those
I-
people
I
the
also-
green
But
light
now
to
they
start
can't.
bitching.
Now they can't bitch about the coin toss.
Yeah,
because
they're
now the
just-
coin
Okay,
toss.
what is
Now the coin
history?
toss is probably instead of like 50 or like whoever wins the coin
10
toss,
out of
is gonna do
12.
whatever. Now it's probably like what 60-40. Like yeah, you still get a little bit of an advantage for winning the coin toss, but now that the other team gets to touch the ball, it's not full advantage. I like it. I'm a fan.
I still like my overtime rules better.
I
I already you threw in a lot there, so I already kind of threw.
Ryan's
away.
like I don't
call
like
it. Well,
numbers.
There was a lot. You said a lot. I was
I'd
like,
have to watch. I'd have to watch more college OT.
I don't know,
Unfortunately,
something about rock paper scissors. I don't fucking know. Something about that.
Play
They all have-
tic tac toe game in the middle.
That's
He's cheating.
Yo,
He's cheating.
I thought I was
How?
racist.
You can't go in the middle first move.
Everybody knows this. Yeah, that's the
That's
problem.
what the science is.
No, that's the next thing people would bitch about. They'd be like, okay, so now it's just tic tac toe. You got to win tic tac toe. It's competitive. It's fine. People would be like,
I don't know
well,
how to
middle moves
play.
always win. Middle move always wins first.
There's
Or
no
whatever.
middle.
Yeah.
How do you?
I don't know. This
I mean,
guys,
I
they're
think-
playing chess to decide. Like we got to speed this up. It's just speed chess. Somebody's out there just fucking.
10 out of 12 times when you move the rook first.
Get rid of the rook. No rooks.
What are we playing?
Dude, people.
This isn't even football. I'm not watching this.
I'm not watching this.
People are gonna find some shit to bitch about, and
Look.
They always do.
they're gonna win eventually. Oh, the bitching always wins. Is
Yeah.
what this rule shows.
That's
Welcome to corporate America.
Great, love it. Go on, James. Bring us to our next one.
Well,
Celtics.
the Celtics were doing great, and then they've decided to all get hit in the knees with the baseball bat.
not
in-
all, just one.
Just right.
I know. Well, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were out, but
Yeah.
Robert Williams torn meniscus tear.
He's
He's
uh,
getting.
He's getting evaluated.
He's
It's not.
He's probably gonna get surgery.
There's a
It's-
good chance he's missing the playoffs.
Good chance.
He's
but
definitely
there's
missing the remainder of the
depending-
regular season.
Depending on the surgery, he could be back for the Eastern Conference Finals.
How
That's a tough
how
ask.
big of an impact does this have on the team?
You want to go? Because
I'm not downplaying the injury. Okay, I'm not. I'd be a moron to say that this doesn't affect the team at all.
Agreed. I will
Okay.
fully agree with that
Good
statement.
answer.
Because I mean,
Good
like
answer.
we're talking like
Robert.
all NBA defense, possible. Like he
Easily-
like,
easily-
was on the track to get there.
Easily number 2, healthy wise. Like easily
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, what?
Like second all
There you go.
second all NBA defense team.
I thought you were about to say second best center. I'm like, listen, he's been
No,
good.
no,
But
no,
He's
no,
been good.
no,
but
no.
But
no.
bad answer.
when Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart, and with Marcus Smart spearheading the defense, the wing and perimeter defense is still top of the league.
Elite.
Side
Agreed.
note. As of now, they are set to play against the Bulls. I just want to put
Love
that. Out
that.
It's fine.
there. If that's how it stays, just I know the East seeding is.
How many more
changing.
games?
6,
I would say
7.
less than 10
I was
easily.
gonna say a lot's about to happen.
Yeah, and
All right.
all the teams are so close. But let's say they end up playing the Bulls in the end. I still think they win that
I do too.
without
Yes.
Robert Williams.
I do too.
I do too. I think this is huge. I think this is probably one of the biggest hits we could have taken
Okay, I thought you were going to say biggest. I was gonna say
because
Melo.
I don't know who subs in his place. Al Horford's not agile
This is,
enough.
no.
I don't think who Daniel Tice I like. But
It's
he's
gonna-
not
it's
he's
It's going to
not-
be tight.
it's gonna be
Tice.
Tice, but this is why.
Thank God we traded for him. Or thank
I was
God
about
we
to say,
got him back.
like this is why that trade's probably the biggest trade we made this season.
Yeah, but it's
It's
glue-
not- it's clearly
a fucking-
not-
It's a Band-Aid over what could have been.
Easily, but what it does is it does space out the floor a little bit.
A little bit, but
'Cause Tice-
I'm
He can shoot it. He
I'm
can
more-
shoot it, as in he shoots them.
more
I don't
concerned.
know if he makes them a lot because he doesn't. But hey, he shoots them.
You don't do it that well, but
I don't do it very good.
I'm
but
just
when I
out here
do,
shooting my shot, bro.
Like
trying.
That's it. Give me a shot, champ.
it's
I
a
don't know
what
it's
you're
a it's a
I
big
don't
it's a big loss. It's a big loss.
My
Just-
biggest concern is defensively on the switches. He has been elite when it comes to switch defense, running screens.
He covers so much ground.
so much ground,
Especially, like,
and
down
they
the block.
leave him basically in the perimeter. And the way the Celtics have been switching, watching our defense, it's elite stuff. Like everybody, because they're so versatile on defense, all the way down to like our 7th man in the rotation, they can switch on to anybody. And I think having Robert Williams out, because even being a big man, his perimeter defense was really good.
He's agile.
He's a guy, dude. He's a guy defensively who, like, when I say all NBA, like second team, all NBA for, like he could get there one day, even with this meniscus tear. Like he's a really good center.
The thing is, he's undersized at center, but his athleticism makes him play bigger than he actually
He
is,
jumps out of the building.
which is crazy. But the thing is, he's also small enough and agile enough where, like you said, he can switch really well and defend virtually. I don't want to say
moves-
anyone, but he can defend higher up.
Like
against
the way the
guard.
Celtics use him is
3-2-5.
basically hovering
Thank
around
you.
the paint,
That's-
and they let everybody else do like the major switching and stuff to stay out on the perimeter, and they would keep Rob all around the paint. And they just basically have him and other guys rotating. But again, everybody's so versatile on defense that everybody can go everywhere. You know, you got Jason Tatum on a point guard, it's still going to work. You know, you have Derek White on a small forward. Yeah, he's a little undersized, but it's still going to work. Marcus Smart, still going to, same thing, it's still going to work. Daniel Tice has a huge role to fill if the Celtics want to go deep in the playoffs, especially if Robert Williams doesn't come back. Like, I think it is a massive hit.
Now, so
Offensively, we're still great.
this
We're
is
still
why
Well, he didn't help as much. He was clearly more the defensive unit. But go ahead.
yesterday's game kind of eased
good. It was a good sign. I'll give you that.
Yes.
eased my mind a little bit. Now, with that being said, Siakam scored almost all of his points in the paint. Okay, let's just.
I
this
wonder
is-
why.
and this, like, but keep in mind, no Jalen, no Tatum,
I was gonna say
no
a weird
Horford,
game.
and
Wait.
obviously no Rob.
How'd you
Yeah,
put it before the
that's-
show?
It's 4 starters out, so like it's
How'd you put it before the show? Said.
Oh, the main Red Claws took Toronto, the 6th seed, to OT.
yeah.
Yep.
It's literally what happened.
Yes,
Yesterday.
which is why which again, very Siakam's 40 is it's whatever.
But the fact that he put up 40 and it still took an OT to without those 4 guys.
That was
to
encouraging.
lose by
That
to
alone.
lose by 2.
Don't get me
that
wrong,
was
I'm not saying you
encouraging.
put that team out in the playoffs, they're going to do
No,
anything.
you
But
lose by 2 or 3.
2.
You lost by 2.
One possession.
Yeah.
and we had the ball at the end. We got off 2 shots.
Yeah.
Bricked both. That's fine.
Again.
But once again, you didn't have your guys out there.
Yeah. So I mean,
But like I said earlier too, that's Siakam. I'm talking, we get to the Western Conference. Say we get to the finals and Robert Williams still isn't back.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. Say we get there. DeAndre Ayton.
Joel Embiid.
That's a problem. Joel Embiid.
That's
a
an
problem.
absolute menace.
Anthony Davis. If God forbid the Lakers
Okay,
somehow manage
no,
to fucking get
no,
there.
No.
I mean, that's a
has
shot
it?
in
Is
the
it,
dark.
it? Was it Horford that's been a pest to Embiid though
Yes.
in his career?
Horford has been Embiid's kryptonite.
So
Hope it continues, but Horford
Yeah,
is also
so there's
37.
that.
But also,
But
have
I'm
we
not-
have they played against them when they've had James Harden? I know he's either big hit or miss lately.
No, Harden's been pretty good.
yeah, Harden's been all right.
Harden's been
Yeah,
pretty good.
actually, no, he's been
Started off hot. I know he had a week where he's down, and I know recently he's been back up.
Yeah, he's.
Don't get me wrong,
He's
Harden-
getting
I'm
his-
not- I'm not
Harden
trying to
will
di-
be James Harden will be James
Yeah,
Harden.
I'm
in
not
the playoffs.
disrespecting James Harden, but
They got the best of him, unfortunately.
then again,
for
has
us.
James Harden done that great in the postseason? I know he's had good postseason
Has he?
runs, but
Historically, no, but this is
he's also now playing with a guy like Joel Embiid.
agreed.
But I think Joel Embiid is the bigger problem there because you don't have your man Robert Williams.
Can I see that?
Yeah, there you go. Seating.
So I know the loss to Rob is huge, and that the game yesterday eased my mind, especially depth wise.
Oh, depth.
How are we the 4th seed right now? We lost one game.
Because
That's how
because
close the top four are.
top
Jesus fuck.
1 through
Yeah.
4 is all 1.5 games.
That's mental.
And I don't even think they really want the 1 seed.
Yeah, I think
Because
they're all
aren't the
because they're
Nets
all we're all locked.
aren't the Nets the 8th seed right now?
The Nets are
do they move
the
up?
8, correct.
Which that's a terrifying 8th seed.
There's no guarantee they beat Cleveland for the plan. Although no, that's not the yeah, that is the plan, correct?
Yeah, whatever the Nets are at, that's the plan. Because
Yeah.
they're the 8th seed, so they'd be in the plan.
I don't know if they beat Cleveland.
I would feel confident enough the veterans would step up. Like Kevin
I don't
Durant,
think
you still
either-
have KD and Kyrie who have been to the postseason,
That's if Cleveland's the 7th seed.
Both
though.
won championships.
literally winning championships.
Yeah.
Like that's where experience comes in. Where it's like, oh, good run, guys. Go home. Wait till LeBron comes back.
You tried.
Literally.
All right, so but like I was saying before, the depth wise it eased my mind.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I'm almost not worried. Simply
First-
because
Go ahead. Sorry.
simply because Tatum and Brown's defense is phenomenal, but it's Marcus Smart. It's Marcus Smart on the defensive end of the ball.
Can we?
I'm
gonna-
gonna say this right now.
You do your
If
thing.
he is not defensive player of the year, I don't know what anyone is watching.
You won't get it.
I
Guards don't
I
get it
want
anymore.
remember this,
He's-
James. Remember
if-
this moment.
If he doesn't, I don't know what they're watching.
This is
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying in today's league,
this is
what
the
used to be a
first
guard,
time-
which used to be a guard award, really has become now a big man award.
Hear me out. Hang on.
become
This
a
was
shot
this was
blocking
his
award.
Remember this.
This was his defensive stat line from last night. Against OG Anunoby, 29 possessions, allowed 2 points. Against Van Fleet, 16 possessions, gave up 0 points. Against Siakam, 7 possessions, gave up 2. Keep in mind, this has been everyone's stat line going up against Marcus Smart every game this season.
Like I'm not disagreeing.
Homie, I've been on the
No, no, no.
Marcus Smart. I want to save this because this is like the nicest thing you have ever said about Marcus
you
Smart.
hate on Marcus Smart all the time.
all the time.
Thank you. And it's because of his offense.
Agreed.
Now-
draining threes the other day.
Hang on.
His
Hang on.
catch and shoot has improved, but it's different.
Now just hang on.
He's shooting way less.
Now, thank you.
He's shooting way less.
His mentality on the floor has been such a 180. It is so clear to me now that he has
Playing
accepted
his role.
accepted the fact that he is not Steph Curry. It was the heat check 3 after bricking 5 previously that would
You're not wrong.
like I would scream
You're
at
not
the
wrong.
TV.
No, you're not wrong. I'm
He's not
Correct.
doing that anymore.
Yeah, he
he's
cut
now
way down.
He is now solely focused on the defensive end of the ball and is taking smart shots.
He's-
no
you
pun
know-
intended.
I'm
know
not.
what he's
I'm not
taking?
gonna.
His
I'm not
it's
gonna
catch
put-
and shoot threes. It's catching, and he's shooting 40% from catch and shoot threes right
I'm
now.
not gonna butcher. Well, how do you pronounce the coach's name, please?
Ime.
Thank you, Ime.
What's his last name?
Udoka.
Udoka.
Ime
yeah.
Udoka.
thought it was
Okay,
a
I didn't want to
Doku.
butcher his name.
Sudoku.
No. To me,
I'll do it for you.
I want to give him a lot of props to this team because of the 180 it's had. Because if you look at the beginning of the season, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were playing so much ISO, where you can see way more ball movement in the second half.
You look at the first 2/3 of the season. We were a mediocre team. At one point, we were the fucking like 11 seed.
Yeah, no, but that's why I'm saying where
12
he
seed.
Something
Ime
down there. Udoka.
Udoka. Sorry, I'm so bad with
Sudoku.
names. So close, Kyle. He's utilizing all these players like you said. That's just one example. Like I said, Jaylen Brown and Tatum were being they were playing so much ISO. They're having way more ball movement. Marcus Smart isn't shooting as much. He's having him play.
It's all that movement back there.
Where's all that movement back there?
He's utilizing the players better. That's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying.
100%.
Well, dude,
100%.
the start of the season, we said it earlier. The start of the season, there was a lot of new pieces. A lot of from the top down, the Celtics organization was completely re-rolled. Outside of the fucking starting five, it was a lot of new people coming in,
Even that changed.
and it worked.
Al came back.
That's
And
what
I
I mean.
know-
Though.
Robert was started. I know Robert was getting more time in the end of last year, but like
No, everyone's getting into their. Everyone's accepting their. The big thing with
the
basketball teams that
puzzle
people don't
is
realize.
getting put together.
Well, everyone's accepting what piece they are. Everyone's accepting what role they are. Marcus Smart, the heat check threes aren't happening. You don't see it anymore.
The heat check threes when you're ice cold aren't happening.
Not even. And his
Like
catch- and-
they are gone from his game right
and
now.
his catch and shoot threes. The thing is, Marcus Smart had a stat line the other day. He put up like fucking 7 points. That is all you need from Marcus
I have
Smart.
been
He's not
screaming.
your guy.
It's just the occasional
that
like,
tough.
hey, if you leave him naked, he'll shoot the fucking shot. That's all I want from him. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, Tatum drives, you pull the defender, pass out, catch and shoot three. Perfect.
I have been
Perfect.
because I saw this in Marcus. I literally saw it because his defense has been elite since he came into the game.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody's ever questioned.
He's
that.
a dog.
Yeah, I've been because I saw it in his game. I've been screaming for this Marcus Smart for 3 years, and I was like, this kid just doesn't get it. He's just gonna keep doing him. He thinks he's the guy. He's not the guy. You're not.
He's Tony Allen.
Maybe a little better.
Better. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Either way, Tony Allen's the best, safest comparison.
I was like, you need to put forth defense way first because I feel like I saw it when he was playing from the beginning of the season and then since he was
Or
drafted.
is it dog
just,
at Oklahoma?
just shooting. I'm like, this is not you. This is not like you have to go defense first. What he's doing right now is exactly what I've been yelling for 3 years. And I know he's been around longer, but like I started screaming for 3 years because he wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Literally, like the amount of times I went no every time he pulled up for a shot. Like if I had a dollar for every time I did that, I'd retire. I'd buy my own island. Like
The best part is, with Marcus Smart too, is because he's shot less and because he's focused more on passing the ball and facilitating offense
yeah,
and just, like you said, defense, his percentages have gone up, like way up.
yes,
Like
dude.
he is shooting almost 40% from three right now.
The
These
game-
last couple,
The
these
game
last
versus
like 8 games, 9 games.
The game versus the Nuggets, I think in the first quarter he had 9 assists.
Yeah,
Like this is the Marcus I've been looking for.
it's just moving the ball.
Moving the ball,
Yep.
going back on defense, and being an absolute
He's the-
clamper.
yeah.
Which he is.
Imagine being in the NBA, dribbling up the court and looking up
6'6".
and seeing Marcus Smart dogging you in the eyes, slapping the ground. Like you must go. I mean, what's the point?
The
Marcus
best
Smart
part.
is
The
so
best part.
How
is,
you don't just throw the ball to the crowd and go.
The thing that I
"Next one."
love, about
Beyond me.
Marcus Smart, which is why I was, as far as like if I was a GM or if I was in any sort of situation with like moving him at any of these deadlines,
I was so-
his defense, and I know I argued this. I know I stood by this guy. His defense is so insane for his size. The fact that like Siakam, like you said, held to 2 points on the 7 or 8 possessions.
7, yep.
7 possessions that against him.
Look at the height difference alone.
Homie.
Siakam's
Marcus
like a
Smart is
7-footer.
6'3". He has no business giving that man the works. Yeah, Siakam should at least be able to shoot 50%. 3 shots should have at least gone in. You're telling me 1 of the 7?
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
And he
No,
does that
agree.
all the time. You see him
He
switch on.
does it
Marcus
to
Smart-
everyone he
The
guards.
thing is, he has no fear against any player.
Zero.
He does not care if you'd be a prime Shaq. He'd get right in your face.
I mean, that wouldn't work out for him.
No,
as
I
much as
understand.
I love
No,
Marcus Smart. Shaq
No,
is a
don't be
different
wrong.
animal,
Shaq is
but-
going to put him but he would defend him the same every time and still
Agreed.
get in his face. Shaq wins that battle 10 out of 10 times. There's no debating that.
Agreed.
But you see what I'm getting at.
like just
He will look in Shaq's eyes the same way he'd look at a G League player's eyes.
just the stat
bitch.
just the stat line alone of him guarding OG is
OG's good, dude. OG's a
fucking ass.
great.
29 possessions he had 2 points.
All right, what'd he shoot?
I don't know.
Well, I'm saying
2 point. I don't even care what he had. 2 points on 29 possessions. Clamped.
Actually, that's that I am curious too. If Siakam put up any shots.
He put up 40.
Well, how many shots he put up against Smart is what I mean.
Oh, I don't know. But even holding Van Fleet to 0 points on 16 possessions.
Yeah,
It's just like he's clamping everybody, and it's their offense transitions from their defense, and it's Marcus Smart that is starting that
yeah,
every single time on this run.
yeah.
Granted, and he's knowing he's not the guy because this run has been averaging 33.7.
My man's a dog.
Tatum has finally done what I've been wanting to do: is just be
We'll
the
see
man.
if he-
Be the man in Boston.
Let's see if it happens in the playoffs. I mean, to go back to the question, how bad does Robert Williams being out affect us? I think it's huge. I don't think we're out of it completely, but I think the big question is when we get to those big centers, the Joel Embiid.
The only thing
I do not think we
Bam
would.
Adebayo is going to give us some fucking problems.
I do
like-
not think we'd easily. We would not make it to the NBA Finals without Robert Williams.
The
Unfortunately.
And
only
even if he comes back into, like, let's say the third round, he's not going to be in tip-top shape. He's still going to have to start trusting that tear again. Like that, it's
I hope the Celtics prove you wrong, but
no, well. Yes. I'm.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
You think I'm a fucking fan?
Do I not enjoy? Are you kidding me? Yes.
like
I'm not watching this.
it's just the only reason why I'm still kind of like okay.
There's still a chance.
Well, because it's not like
I'm not
our
closing the door.
defense was. I mean, he was a huge part of it, but like it's everyone on.
It's still coaching. It's
especially-
still chemistry. It's still
it's-
the team.
Not just that. I mean, also I'm talking defensively. I'm also counting Grant Williams too in this defensive.
I gotta say, I've hated on Grant Williams for quite a while.
He shoots the three ball like you wouldn't believe.
His corner three is
Corner.
electric.
Yeah.
corner three is butter.
Corner
three.
I gotta say, I was not a fan of Grant Williams for a long time. I was like, why did we take this guy? He sucks. And I've watched him more. I'm like, holy shit. He looks like he should. And when I first saw him, I'm like, this guy should not be out there. I'm like, why is this guy
Don't
playing
forget,
basketball?
when we drafted all these guys, they were like 19.
No, I get that. And now the more I've watched him over the years, actually, I don't want to say over the years. This year mostly.
Yes.
I don't want to say I love Grant Williams, but he has proved me wrong in every
He has been good on defense too.
aspect.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Like we're not out of it. We're
it's-
not out of it.
No,
But
it's-
I think
Everyone
Robert
that
Williams,
touches the floor on that team is a defensive dog. Besides Tice, he
Which-
just gets a foul. That's fine.
That he draws so much. Like, he gets fouled so many times. He's just a magnet.
he
for
gets assaulted, and there's
it. Literally.
and there's no call. Like it blows my mind.
I love watching the games all the time. 'cause-
Genuinely, like he gets an elbow to the gullet, and he's just like, and the ref is like, softball,
No,
keep playing.
Scal all the time. He goes, "Why is nobody? No, this guy's getting like a UFC fight, and nobody's calling anything."
Meanwhile, yeah,
He's just-
everyone's passing the ball on the outside.
He's
Tyson's down low. They're fucking legit squaring up.
he's not boxing out. He's straight up throwing
Nobody's
hands.
calling this. Nobody's-
Like, he's got
Nobody-
two black eyes.
Ref!
Like
Ref's like, I'm not watching this.
Dude, literally, like he just
three. You
gets
gotta-
That's it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
genuinely gets assaulted
common-
and just no call. But like everyone else on that team can play defense very hard, and like Jalen and Tatum, their defense is also top of the league too. It's not.
Jalen was. I never had a problem with Jalen. Tatum was just like a weenie for a while. I feel like he was just
Yeah.
played so
No,
lax.
he was.
And this year, what I've seen since like this whole run started,
He's playing both sides. Of the
oh my God, he's starting
Hard.
to be that dog that I've been.
Hard.
What have I said in the past? I was like, Jalen Brown's that dog where Tatum's just kind of there playing.
Which is
flashy.
why when I feel like when we play a team, say like the Nets, it's the wing defense that is gonna win you the game.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll
especially
still be a
especially
tough
when-
series. That's
No, it's still gonna be because KD's gonna get his shots.
it's Kevin.
It's
Kevin's-
Kevin. Like
Kevin.
he's
Yeah,
just,
but that's the-
he's just
Kevin.
like one of the most gifted scorers, if not the most gifted scorer we've ever seen in the goddamn
But that's
His-
the
his
thing. If
shot
you
is
stop,
just
if you
so
stop Kevin Durant and
fluent
Kyrie
and-
Irving, you beat the Nets. That's
Especially,
that's what it
especially
is.
if I know we hate on him, but if Ben Simmons isn't playing,
Yeah, it's huge. He's supposed to do all the things that they don't do,
exactly, he's a good defender. He's a good playmaker.
and he gets a ton of
Facilitator.
rebounds. Don't get me wrong. I agree. I fucking hate Ben Simmons.
He's
But
a
as
weenie.
far as a fit on that team, if he was playing,
Oh, he fits
holy fuck.
perfectly.
Yeah, holy fuck. If he was playing, the Nets would be the scariest 10 seed or 8 seed in the fucking history of 8 seeds.
And the thing is, they still are.
They're scary.
because of Kevin.
Yeah, because of
and
Kevin.
That's-
But
well,
that's the
no,
thing.
thank you.
They're fucking
This dude can put up 30 if he wants to every night.
yeah, but their G League team isn't taking Toronto to overtime.
No, and I'm agree, and that's where the Celtics have the
That's the
advantage.
difference. That's the difference.
It's
They're
that
deeper.
will still be.
We are way deeper.
That's still going to be a tough series, though.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
gonna be-
Agreed.
If
I'm
the
not
match-
knocking Kevin and
it's
Kyrie,
the
especially
wing-
the
it's
fact
the
that
wing
Kyrie
def-
can play all the games.
It's the wing defense, and when Kevin gets off the floor, you need to win those minutes.
Side note, is Blake Griffin still on that team?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
still not that he's like a big concern of
no,
mine.
but yes, he's still on that team, and so is
Marcus Aldridge.
Marcus Aldridge. Yeah,
He's an old LaMarcus Aldridge. Though.
Didn't
How's he doing this year?
I don't think did he
He's
play at all.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's
played a
old.
little bit.
He's old. And
But
he's got
like-
like that blood
but like-
thing, right?
Yeah.
In
That's
those
too
minutes
bad.
when Kevin gets off the floor, you need to put up buckets.
You have to.
You have to, because
'Cause,
I mean,
like you
because
said-
Tatum's also gonna get his. He's gonna. Jalen's
Jalen will
a
put up
dog.
20.
Yeah. You need to win the game in the trenches.
Yep.
That's
and I think
those
the Celtics will.
those minutes you have to.
If they
That's
can
where you're
get
gonna
to
win the
Espe-
series.
well, this,
If they
this
can
is
get
if
to
we
the
end up
third-
against the Nets, but yes, I agree.
It all depends on the seeding and how it goes. If they can make it to
something tells
if
me
they
we get
can-
Brooklyn.
if they
yeah,
can,
oh,
I don't know
yeah,
why.
I'm
if they can get
fully
through,
convinced
if
we're
they can
getting
get through the
Brooklyn.
first 2 rounds without Robert Williams, and he comes back, then I think they still have a shot.
I can't
So
wait
to
we-
make it,
I can-
make it.
I can't
They're my
wait till
dark
we.
horse team. Or
At
they
this
were before
point,
Rob.
they're not.
I can't wait till we
They're
stop
bright as the
recording.
sun.
I can't wait till we stop recording. Then Shams gonna say, "Oh yeah, Robert Williams is going season-ending
Yep.
surgery." I can't wait. It's gonna be like 5 minutes. I'm gonna be down the road.
Dude, and the best part is because we waited till what 5 today. We usually always record in the morning.
Yeah.
That's the best part. So there was
We
no
changed
news.
it.
Actually, there was no fucking news all day today.
No,
It's a Tuesday.
wasn't it? Oh no, the Rob Williams like surgery thing came out today.
What time?
Yeah, but like
No.
everyone knew that it was happening.
Not
But
necessarily.
even that was before 10 when we usually.
Well, no, it was more like exploring his options with the surgeries.
Yeah, but
It's
you knew
the
that was-
official news of his timetable hasn't come out.
Yeah, but you knew that was gonna happen.
I'm gonna look right now.
It
Just
was
do
like
one quick sweep.
you
Oh, I'm
know,
just saying, like,
You don't have to yell.
I know, but
On
I'm
my
just saying, like,
birthday.
My half
because
birthday.
like people are
My
saying,
half birthday.
My daughter's quinceanera. You're gonna yell?
shalom, because people.
That's culturally incorrect.
Yes.
Thank you for explaining the joke. I appreciate you.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
All right, good.
He's just so disappointed in me.
God damn it, it was solid. That's it, dog.
I think that's all we got. Thanks for joining us here today at Sports on Tap. If you like what we're doing, you should comment, share, like, tell your friends. Come on, let us know.
Dose.
Seacrest out.
Seacrest out.